Are you ready to take down Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf in Pokemon Go? We have all three of these coming into 5-star raids as part of the Lake Legends event. We're going to get into all the dates, the times, the counters, and which one of these you should be focusing on, which one is best out of these three Pokemon. We're about to get into all that information in today's video. So the Lake Legends event is here from Tuesday, November 24th at 8 o'clock a.m. local time, all the way until Tuesday, November 30th at 10 o'clock p.m. Again, Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf are the three Pokemon in Tier 5 raids that we can go ahead and take down. But apart from that, we do have a brand new shiny being released. That is going to be Shiny Goldeen. Shiny Goldeen is available for the first time in Pokemon Go. So we will be able to catch this guy out in the wild and to be able to hatch Shiny Goldeen out of 5-kilometer eggs. We will also have some different Pokemon spawning as part of this event. We're going to be having Psyduck, Abra, and Machop, which can all be shiny. Again, Goldeen, Magikarp, and Routes, which all could be shiny as well. Then we have Surskit, Starly, Bidoof, and the two Shallows as well. So those are the spawns that are going to be happening as part of this event. So again, these three Pokemon, Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf, will not be region locked. Normally, they are only available in their specific region, but we will be able to take all three of these guys down. So right now is a good time, if you are not part of Discords, to go ahead and jump in some Discords. I have a Discord group if you want to check that out in the description. But what you can also do is go ahead and drop your trainer code in the comments of this video. Let people know where you're from, which Pokemon is in your region. So that's going to be a huge benefit. Make sure you guys drop your trainer codes and your location down in the comments. So all three of these Pokemon are Psychic type. They all have pretty much the same exact weaknesses and the same counters that we are going to use. They're all weak to Bug, Ghost, and Dark type. So we're going to be building our team around Ghost and Dark type Pokemon. But before we get into the top counters, we're going to go over the 100% IVs. So for Azelf, the non-weather boosted 100% IV is going to be 1834. If you are in windy weather, it is boosted in windy weather. That is going to be 2293 for the 100%. For Mesprit, we'll be looking for 1747 non-weather boosted 100%. It is also boosted in windy weather. We are going to be looking at 2184 for that 100% right there. And for Uxie, again, this is weather boosted in the wind. Non-weather boost is 1442. Boosted in the wind is 1803 for the 100%. So that is the 100% IVs for all three of those Pokemon. So for these three Pokemon, we are going to want to focus our teams around Dark and Ghost type Pokemon. Again, the team that we're going to build pretty much covers all three of these Pokemon. So the top counter is going to be Mega Gengar. You are going to want to have Lick and Shadow Ball on your Mega Gengar. And then we have Mega Houndoom. This one is going to have Dark type moves with Snarl and Foul Play. And in the number 3 spot for the counters, we are going to have Darkrai. Darkrai is going to have Snarl and Dark Pulse. Then we have Origin Form Giratina. This one should have all Ghost type moves with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball. And then we want to go ahead and throw Chandelure in there. Chandelure should have Hex and Shadow Ball as the 2 moves. Hydreigon comes in at the next spot. This one is going to have Dark type moves with Bite and Dark Pulse. And then we have the Tyranitar with Bite and Crunch. If you want to start moving down, we could use Mewtwo, but these three Pokemon do have a resistance to Psychic. But if you're using it with a Ghost type move with Shadow Ball, you definitely could use Mewtwo. And then if you really want, you could use a regular Gengar with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball. But for the most part, you want to focus on those first counters that I mentioned. If you go ahead and build your team around these Pokemon right here, you shouldn't have a problem taking down all three of these Pokemon. And you only need about 3 trainers to go ahead and take them down. So none of these Pokemon should give you a huge problem at all. So that is all the 100% IVs for all 3 of those Pokemon, plus the top counters that you are going to want to use. But right now, what I want to do is compare all 3 of these head to head. Again, they are all Psychic type. So we want to go ahead and compare them side by side to see where they stand in the Psychic type category and see which one of these three you should be focusing on during this week-long event. So if we look here at the Psychic type Pokemon, we obviously have Mewtwo here in the number 1 spot. Mewtwo is an absolute beast here. The DPS, again, damage per second is how much damage your Pokemon is going to put out. And then we have TDO, which is the total damage of the life of that Pokemon that is going to put out. So again, we have Mewtwo here. Absolute beast with Confusion and Psy Strike. The DPS is 20.76. TDO is 927 with a total of 8,302. You can see compared to all the other ones right there, it's almost triple of what the next one is right here. Then we have Alakazam in the number 2 spot. We're not going to use Darmanitan because we don't have the Zen type in the game yet. So Alakazam is technically in the number 2 spot with Psycho Cut and Psychic. This has a DPS of 11, a TDO of 524 with a total of 3,114. Then you can see Metagross, Latios, Executor, Gallade, Gardevoir in the number 7 spot. Then we have to go to the second page here to go ahead and find the first of these 3 Pokemon, which is going to be Azelf. Azelf is right below the Deoxys, the Jirachi, and the Latias. Azelf comes in the number 15 spot with Confusion and Future Sight. This has a DPS of 15.32, a TDO of 492, and a total of 1,771. So this one is almost half of what Alakazam is in the number 2 spot. So Azelf in the number 15 spot for the Psychic type Pokemon. Then all the way down in the number 18 spot is Mesprit. Mesprit also has Confusion and Future Sight. This has a DPS of 12.89, 594 for the TDO, and 1,274 for the total. And on the third page, all the way down in the number 21 spot, underneath the Bronzong and the Girafarig, just to give you an idea of where this thing stands. So the Uxie, Confusion, and Future Sight for the moves. This has a DPS of 9.54 compared to the Azelf at 15.32 and the Mesprit at 12.89. So 9.54 on the DPS for Uxie, 528 on the TDO, and a 459 for the total on the Uxie. So you can see when we compare these 3 side by side, Azelf takes a number 1 spot as far as these 3 Pokemon go in the Psychic type category. Again, Mewtwo is an absolute beast if you do have a Mewtwo. I know if you're a newer player, you might not have a Mewtwo yet, but if you do, go ahead and utilize that Mewtwo with Confusion and Psy Strike. With over 8,000 total in this category, you definitely want to be utilizing your Mewtwo for the Psychic type Pokemon. So that's where all 3 of these Pokemon stand head to head. Now you know which ones you should be going after. Definitely Uxie should be at the very bottom of your list. The only reason I'm going after it is to throw this into the Pokédex. Uxie and Mesprit are going into the Pokédex this week. Besides that, after I get those into the Pokédex, I don't think I'm going to be raiding for those 2 anymore. I'm going to be going after Azelf. Luckily, Azelf is in my region, so I'll have a lot of chances to get myself in Azelf. None of these are shiny, unfortunately, so there's nothing to go ahead and chase there. But I also wanted to go ahead and rank these things for PvP. If anyone is interested in PvP, I'm going to go ahead and rank those real quick and see if any of these are worth chasing after for PvP. So starting off with Uxie in the Great League, this thing is going to be ranked 239. So we are definitely not going to be using this one in the Great League. Ultra League, it is ranked 108. Again, there are a lot of other Psychic type Pokemon to go with, but if you do happen to use this in the Ultra League, it is ranked 108. You're going to want to have Confusion, Future Sight, and Thunder as far as the moveset goes. And if you are going to use it in the Ultra League, here are the IVs that you should be looking for. You are going to want a 14, 14, 14 for the perfect IVs in the Ultra League for the Uxie. Again, there's the other 10 IV sets if you want to go ahead and take a look at those. And then in the Master League, it is ranked all the way down at 235. So Uxie, not really a Pokemon we're going to want to use. Again, you could use it in the Ultra League if you don't have any other better Psychic type to use. Then we have Mesprit in the Master League. This is ranked all the way down at 224. In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked at 330. And in the Great League, this thing is all the way down towards the bottom at 528. So definitely Mesprit is not one that we are going to be using in PvP. Then we have Azelf at 258 in the Master League. So again, not going to be using this thing in the Master League at all. In the Ultra League, it is ranked at 361. And in the Great League, it is ranked all the way down at 555. So none of these Pokemon are really relevant in PvP. Again, if you wanted to use Uxie in the Ultra League, ranked 108, you can. But I don't see anybody using these with a lot better Psychic type Pokemon being available. So that is going to do it for our head-to-head comparisons and our overview of all three of these Pokemon. With that being said, I would definitely focus on Azelf. Again, they are not region locked, so they are going to be available to everybody. So make sure you guys drop your codes in the comments and start adding each other up. Go ahead and join the Discord. Join a bunch of Discords to be able to get into as many raids as possible. Focus on the Azelf. Don't focus on the Uxie or the Mesprit unless you want them into the Pokédex. Again, we're not going to be using any of these in PvP, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But with all that being said, let me know in the comments if you're excited for this event. Let me know if you already have all three of these in the Pokédex. If not, which one are you going to be chasing after for this event? That is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys found this information helpful. Go ahead and drop a like if you did like this content. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel for more Pokemon Go content. But again, that is going to do it for today's video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.